All right, so for this week, and for this module, we are going to discuss about prompt engineering techniques for large language models. So large language models like GPT are incredibly powerful, but their performance depends heavily on how we phrase our prompts. Prompt engineering is the art of designing inputs that guide AI to generate the most useful, accurate, and relevant responses. So first, let's look at what's prompt engineering. It's the practice of carefully designing input prompts to optimize the output of a large language model. So good prompts equals to better AI responses, just like asking a precise question in a conversation yields clear answers. So prompt engineering is important because it improves accuracy and help AI stay on topic and minimize hallucination, which is incorrect information that is not grounded in truth. And it also increases efficiency, while structured prompts reduce iteration time in AI-assisted tasks. And it can enhance control by allowing users to shape AI responses to fit specific needs. Large language models don't think, they predict responses based on patterns. Good prompts guide them towards better predictions. So there are a lot of techniques in prompt engineering. Some key techniques include clear and specific instructions, role-based prompting, step-by-step reasoning, few-shot prompting, using constraints. So we're going to elaborate on each one of these techniques in greater details in the next few slides. So we already discussed about the definition for prompt engineering. So now let's just move on and talking about different techniques for prompt engineering. So large language models generate responses based on patterns they have learned from vast training data sets. So here we're going to discuss two key techniques. One is zero-shot learning or zero-shot prompting. Another one is few-shot prompting. For zero-shot prompting, the model is given a task without any prior prompt examples or additional context. It relies entirely on pre-existing knowledge from its training data. So zero-shot prompting works well for common tasks, but complex tasks may require additional guidance. And few-shot prompting provides examples for better understanding. The model is given a few examples within the prompts, and it helps the model identify the pattern or expected response formats. It can improve accuracy, especially for complex or niche tasks. So few-shot prompting helps guide the model towards more precise, structured answers. Zero-shot prompting is quicker and more efficient, and there's no need for extra inputs, but it's less accurate for complex tasks. And few-shot prompting provides structure and examples for better performance, but it requires well-crafted examples. So we should use zero-shot prompting for simple, well-understood tasks like translation summarization, and use few-shot prompting for tasks requiring specific formats or nuanced understanding, like writing in a particular tone or sentiment analysis. So few-shot prompting improves AI performance by offering structured examples, while zero-shot prompting is faster but less reliable for complex tasks. Next, let's look at additional techniques. So one advanced technique that can, so here we're going to discuss two advanced prompting techniques that improve AI reasoning and contextual relevance. One is chain of thought prompting. It encourages step-by-step reasoning, and role prompting, and which assigns a persona to influence the AI's response style. Chain of thought prompting encourages the model to generate intermediate reasoning steps before reaching a final answer. It breaks complex problems into smaller parts, improving accuracy and logical consistency. So, for example, if Tom has 3 apples and buys 2 more, how many apples does he have? Let's think. So let's add this key sentence to the prompt. Let's think step by step. Then the response will be Tom starts with 3 apples. He buys 2 more apples. 3 plus 2 equals to 5. And the conclusion is Tom now has 5 apples. So this chain of thoughts prompting improves problem solving in math logic and reasoning tasks. It reduces errors in multi-step questions and helps explain complex concepts in an understandable way. Large language models perform better when guided through logical steps rather than jumping to an answer. Role prompting is about assigning a persona to AI. So it assigns a specific role or persona to the AI model and helps shape responses to be more relevant, consistent, and contextual. For example, you can try to get travel planning by using prompt like, you are a travel guide, suggest a 5-day itinerary for Paris. So role prompting ensures more domain-specific and expert-like responses, and it improves engagement by making responses feel more personalized. And it can be adapted for technical, professional, and creative tasks. Large language models can generate more tailored and authoritative responses when assigned a specific role. So there are a lot of real-world applications of these techniques. Chain of thought prompting in action. In education, we can teach step-by-step problem solving for students. In science and research, we can break down complex scientific explanations to students as well. In legal and finance, chain of thoughts can explain multiple step legal and financial decisions. And for role prompting in action, customer service, you can provide a role as you are a customer service representative. Answer this complaint politely. For medical AI, the role is you are a doctor. now provide a general explanation of diabetes. For creative writing, the role is you are a mystery novelist. Now write an engaging opening for a detective task, a story. So key takeaways, both prompt role-based and chain of thoughts techniques improve large language model usability across multiple domains. Next, let's look at contextual prompting. So to get accurate, relevant, and coherent outputs, we use contextual prompting, which is a technique that helps AI maintain consistency and clarity by leveraging surrounding text and prior information. Contextual prompting uses surrounding text or data within a prompt to inform and guide the AI models. It incorporates relevant background information and help AI produce more accurate and coherent responses. It works well in multi-term conversations, complex problem solving, and tasks requiring prior knowledge. So without context, AI may not maintain conversation flow. Contextual prompting ensures consistency. And context is important because it enhances relevance. AI understands previous interactions and reduces confusion. And it improves accuracy by providing specific details to avoid generic responses. And it maintains coherence and ensure continuity in conversations and documents. So it can reduce ambiguities. AI knows exactly which topic or entity the user refers to. It maintains consistency. It works well for long-form text generation and chatbots, and enhances memory retention. AI can recall prior details within the same section. So it provides relevant context. Providing relevant context help AI generate precise and meaningful responses. Um, so contextual prompting helps AI maintain flow and avoid redundancy. There are a lot of real-world applications of contextual prompting, such as for chatbots and virtual assistants, maintaining conversational context for a natural experience. For legal and business documents, contextual prompting ensure AI-generated contracts stay consistent throughout. So contextual prompting helps AI understand background details for better accuracy and reduces ambiguity, improves coherence, and ensures consistency in responses. It's vital for chatbots, document creation, and multi-step problem solving, and enhances user experience by making AI more natural and intelligent. Traditional machine learning models require training on label data and fine-tuning to adapt to new tasks. However, in-context learning enables large language models to adapt dynamically by understanding examples provided in the prompt without modifying the model's parameters. In-prompt learning is the ability of an AI model to learn and adapt to new tasks by interpreting examples given within a prompt without retraining. The model does not change its internal parameters, but instead derives patterns from the provided examples to make predictions. So there's no need for additional training. The model learns on the fly. It's flexible and adaptable and can handle new tasks immediately. It works during inference. AI adapts based on real-time input. And in-context learning allows AI to generalize across tasks without formal retraining. In-context learning is significant because it broadens AI capabilities, improves adaptability, and demonstrates meta-learning. So first, it broadens AI capabilities. AI can perform new tasks without retraining, saving time and computational resources. And it improves adaptability. It can quickly interpret user-provided patterns and generates context-aware responses. AI can also mimic how humans learn from examples rather than requiring pre-programmed rules. So for traditional machine learning, through fine-tuning, training is required, retraining is needed for new tasks. For in-context learning, training is not required. It can adapt instantly from examples. In terms of computational cost, traditional machine learning is high, requires labeled data sets, and in-context learning is low, works during inference. And in terms of task flexibility, traditional machine learning with fine-tuning is limited to pre-trained domains, while in-context learning can handle multiple tasks dynamically. So in-context learning is a game changer. It allows AI to learn new tasks instantly without expensive training. So let's look at some example. For text translation, the prompt can be translate the foreign English phrases into Spanish, then provide a few examples like good morning is buenos dias. How are you is como estás. Now put in English sentence, thank you, and leave the Spanish translation blank, then AI will answer gracias, right? So in this case, in context learning helps the AI enforce translation rules without prior training. So compare in context learning with few-shot learning that we discussed a few slides ago. Few-shot learning indeed is a subset of in-context learning that specifically involves providing a few examples to guide the model's behavior. Neither in-context learning nor few-shot learning involves updating the model's internal parameters. The model adapts based on the input prompt alone. So in summary, in-context learning allows AI to adapt to new tasks during the inference without retraining, and it improves flexibility, reduces computational cost, and mimics human learning. By analyzing examples within a prompt, AI can perform translation, sentiment analysis, legal summarization, and even more. Next, let's look at a few more advanced techniques. One is prompt and chaining, that is to break tasks into step-by-step prompts. Meta prompting is creating prompts that refine AI-generated prompts. And tree of thought prompting encourages structured and multi-path reasoning. First, let's look at prompt chaining that structures tasks step by step. Prompt chaining break down complex tasks into a sequence of simpler prompts. Each new prompt builds upon the previous response, leading to more structured and accurate outputs, and it mimics human step-by-step thinking and ensures logical progression. So, like, we can use prompt chaining to generate a recipe. So first prompt is list the main ingredients for a chocolate cake. And the follow-up prompt is provide a recipe using these ingredients. So prompt chaining ensures accuracy and logical flows, making AI-generated contents more structured and useful. Meta prompting instructs the AI on how to improve its own prompts to generate better responses. It helps in automating prompt generation for different tasks. And it's useful for fine-tuning AI outputs by crafting more precise and effective prompts. For example, we can use prompts to generate a prompt that would help an AI model write a poem about the sea. All right. So this meta prompting enables AI to refine and optimize its own input structure, leading to higher quality responses. Next, tree of thoughts prompting, which can expand AI's reasoning process. So tree of thought prompting encourages structured multi-path exploration of complex problems. It works like a decision tree where AI considers different perspectives before concluding. It's ideal for problem solving, creative brainstorming, and decision making. One such example is consider different approaches to solve the problem of climate change, outlining the potential impacts of each. Now, the response can be structured in a tree-like format. Like the first approach is renewable energy transition. Second approach is carbon capture and storage. Third strategy is reforestation and conservation. So tree of thought prompting allows AI to evaluate multiple solutions before selecting the best course of action. So each technique enhances AI's ability to process information effectively and generate high-quality outputs. To summarize, prompt training structures complex tasks into step-by-step prompts for accuracy. Meta-prompting enables AI to generate and refine better prompts, optimizing performance. Tree-of-thought prompting promotes multi-path reasoning and improves problem-solving depth. Applying these techniques helps AI models become more effective, logical, and adaptable. Effective AI interactions depend not just on how we ask, but also on how we ask it. Prompt optimization is the process of designing prompts that improve accuracy, relevance, and quality of AI-generated responses. So the goals of prompt optimization is to enhance accuracy and relevance, reduce bias and ambiguities, improve users' satisfactions. So well-structured prompts leads to clear, fact-based, and contextually appropriate responses and reduce the chance of hallucinated or incorrect AI outputs. And poorly designed prompts can introduce misinterpretations or reinforce model bias. Optimization helps clarify intent, ensuring AI produce neutral and balanced responses. And AI responses should align with user expectations, making interactions more useful and reliable. It helps in achieving desired outcomes across different applications such as customer support, content generation, and education. So optimized prompts improves the reliability and usability of AI systems. There are multiple challenges in prompt optimization. First is variability in model outputs. So subtle wording differences can significantly alter responses. For example, the prompt of explain climate change is general and may lack depth. And the second prompt provides a detailed explanation of climate change, including causes, effects, and potential solutions. It's more structured and informative. So it's important to be specific but concise and guide the model without overly constraining it. The second challenge is understanding model behavior. Different AI models respond differently to the same prompts due to variations in their training data. A creative model like GPT 01 or 03 may expand on ideas with storytelling, and a factual model like a legal AI may stick to structured, precise answers. So it's important to test multiple phrasing styles to refine the best approach. The third challenge is balancing specificity and generality. So overly broad prompts leads to generic or vague responses, and overly narrow prompts leads to overly rigid answers that lack flexibility. So it's important to find a middle ground, structure prompt for clear, high-quality responses. So some of the best practices for effective prompt optimization um, include step one, use clear instruction, provide explicit guidelines, use step-by-step phrasing when necessary. Step two, guide the model with context, provide background information within the prompt. Step three, experiment with prompt variations, text different phrasings to see what works best, adjust level of specificity depending on task complexity. Step four, use iterative refinement. Evaluate output and adjust prompt structures accordingly. For example, if a response is too short, rephrase it as provide a detailed analysis of, then your original prompt. So prompt crafting is an iterative process. Refining prompts leads to improved AI interaction. So well-structured prompts improve accuracy, relevancy, and user satisfaction. Understanding model behaviors help in crafting better prompts. Balancing specificity and generality ensures optimal performance. Iterative refinement is key. Test, evaluate, and adjust prompts. One challenge in large language models is ensuring consistency and reliability in their responses. AI can sometimes provide different answers to the same question due to variability in decoding methods. Self-consistency decoding helps improve response accuracy and robustness by generating multiple outputs and selecting the most consistent one. Instead of generating just one answer, the model produces multiple responses to the same prompt. The most frequent or consistent response is chosen as the final answer. This method ensures the AI cross-verify its own reasoning to reduce inconsistencies and biases. So we can generate multiple responses to the same query and compare answers and analyze consistency across responses and select the most frequently occurring or logically consistent answer. This approach mimics how humans verify ideas by cross-checking different perspectives before settling on a conclusion. So benefits of self-consistency decoding includes enhancing reliability and accuracy, reducing biases and errors, improving logical reasoning and complex problem solving, builds user trust in AI responses. So self-consistency decoding reduces randomness in responses by filtering out less consistent answers. In math problem solving, AI runs multiple calculations and selects the most recurring correct solution. By generating multiple answers and cross-referencing them, the model can detect and avoid erroneous or biased outputs. And it's particularly useful for multi-step reasoning tasks, such as programming, legal analysis, or strategic decision-making. And it builds user trust in AI responses. The consistent responses make AI more predictable and reliable. So self-consistency helps AI generate responses that user can trust by reducing randomness and errors. So essentially, the idea is AI run multiple iterations and select the most consistent and historically accurate response. So it minimizes misinformation and factual inconsistency. So AI models generate, or large language models generate responses based on the prompts they receive. However, bias in prompts can unintentionally reinforce stereotypes and lead to discriminatory outputs. So prompt bias occurs when the phrasing or context of a prompt influence an AI model to produce stereotypical or prejudiced responses. Even subtle word choices can lead AI to generate biased, misleading, or exclusionary outputs. This is particularly concerning in high-stake fields like hiring, legal decisions, and healthcare. So examples of unintentional prompt bias includes why are women less interested in STEM careers? So this prompt assumes women are inherently less interested in STEM, reinforcing a stereotype. A more neutral or inclusive alternative is what are some facts influencing gender representation in STEM careers? So this encourages a broad and fact-based exploration rather than assuming stereotypes. The way a question is framed can shape the AI response. Bias starts at the prompt level. And impact of AI in of bias in AI outputs. So bias can perpetuate misinformation. It might amplify false or misleading narratives based on biased phrasing. A biased prompt about a social group may result in AI surfacing historical biases instead of neutral facts. And it can reinforce harmful stereotypes. Biased prompt leads AI to mirror societal prejudice, potentially normalizing discrimination. If AI is repeatedly asked to generate crime-related contents using specific demographics, it may develop skewed association. And in hiring, finance, and law enforcement, biased AI responses can disproportionately harm marginalized groups. So AI reflects the bias in its prompts. Biased inputs create biased outputs. So we need to mitigate bias in AI prompts. First solution is to use inclusive and neutral language to avoid assumptions or leading questions. Use open-ended and balanced phrasing. For example, biased prompt is one example of biased prompt is why are women bad at math? Revised neutral prompt is what factors influence mathematical performance across different demographics? For biased prompt like why are immigrants taking jobs? Revised neutral prompt is how do immigration patterns impact the job market? For biased prompt of are all millennials lazy workers? Revised neutral prompt is how do different generations approach work culture? So we can train AI on diverse and representative data. Bias-aware training ensures AI learns from a broad range of perspectives. Representative datasets improves fairness across different demographics. If AI only learns about leadership from male-centric sources, it may struggle to recognize women as leaders. Training AI on inclusive datasets reduces bias in its responses. The third solution is continuous monitoring and iterative testing. So we can regularly evaluate AI output for biased patterns, use feedback loops, allow adjustment to prompt and model behavior, implement bias detection tools. So bias mitigation is an ongoing process requiring constant refinement. So prompt bias occurs when AI is influenced by prejudiced phrasing or assumptions. Biased AI outputs can perpetuate misinformation, stereotypes, and discrimination. Using neutral and inclusive language improves AI fairness. Training AI on diverse data and continuous testing helps mitigate bias. One of the biggest concerns with AI systems is that they often function as black box, making decisions in ways that are unclear to user. Transparency and explainability are essential for building trust, ensuring accountability, and improving AI adoption. So transparency is important for AI because it builds trust through transparency. Users are more likely to trust AI when they understand how it works. Transparent AI systems make decision-making less mysterious and more predictable. And it facilitates accountability. Transparency allows us to trace decisions back to its sources, making it easier to correct errors. In high-stake AI applications, lack of transparency can lead to unethical or biased decisions. Users need to understand AI's decision-making process to trust and hold it accountable. So we can design prompts for explainability. By incorporating explainability in responses, we can ask AI models to justify their answers to improve response clarity. Use structured prompts to encourage reasoning. So AI should not just provide answers, but also explain its thought process and also perform source attribution and encourage AI to cite sources. Citations improve credibility and allows users to verify information. It's important for high accuracy fields like journalism, academic research, and law. So citing sources make AI-generated information more trustworthy and fact-based. And we can also implement transparency beyond prompts. users should be informed about AI capabilities, limitations, and biases. Companies should provide clear documentation on how models work and what data they use. For example, a legal AI assistant should explain how it interprets legal documents and where its data comes from. Educating users about AI systems empowers them to make informed decisions. So transparent AI fosters trust, making systems more reliable and ethical. Explainability ensures users understand AI decisions and can hold them accountable. Well-crafted prompts encourage AI to justify its reasoning and cite sources. User education and clear documentation empower informed AI use. So AI is a powerful tool, but without proper safeguards, it can generate misleading, offensive, or even harmful contents. So there are many risks of unregulated AI output. Unfiltered AI can be dangerous. AI models can produce false information or misinformation that mislead users. It can hate speech, bias, and offensive contents can emerge if safeguards are not in place. AI can be manipulated for malicious purposes, such as generating deepfakes or scam emails. There are examples of AI-generated harmful contents, like misinformation in news and politics. AI-generated text falsely claimed a natural disaster had occurred, causing public panic. Fake political news created by AI spread rapidly on social media, influencing public opinion. And chatbot can be tricked into generating racist or violent responses when manipulated. AI written medical advice provided incorrect self-diagnosis recommendations, creating health risk. So AI can unintentionally cause harm if not properly regulated. So there are strategies for ensuring AI safety, like content moderation and filtering. AI should detect and block harmful and sensitive content before it reaches users. Social media platforms use AI to flag hate speech, misinformation, and violent contents. AI can scan output for toxic language or harmful intent before publishing. If flagged, the system rejects the response or requires human reviews. Filters help prevent AI from generating unethical or dangerous contents. Second strategy is to establish ethical guidelines for AI. AI should follow clear ethical principles, and company must enforce responsible AI policies. Some examples of AI ethical guidelines include AI should not generate misleading medical, financial, or legal advice, and it must respect privacy and avoid collecting personal data without consent. AI-generated content should be labeled to prevent deepfake deception. And it should have regular audits and safety updates. AI systems need continuous monitoring to catch emerging risks. It needs to conduct bias detection tests on AI responses and update AI with new safety filters based on evolving threats, and allows human oversight in sensitive AI applications. So AI safety is not a one-time fix. It requires ongoing updates and monitoring. So real-world applications of AI safety measures include for social media. Um, AI safety measures should include filters preventing misinformation and hate speech from spreading. In healthcare AI, we need to ensure medical chatbots do not give that dangerous or misleading advice. In financial AI, we need to prevent AI-driven stock trading from making irrational or manipulative trade. Law enforcement should have AI screening tools um, be checked for racial or gender bias before deployment. So AI safety measures protect users across multiple industries. So unregulated AI can produce harmful contents, misinformation, and biases. Case studies show the real-world consequences of AI safety failures, content filtering, ethical guidelines, and regular audits ensure AI remains safe and fair. AI safety is critical in industries like healthcare, finance, and law enforcement.